Let me bring your attention to that incident that happened between you and the Sheikh. Okay, so this is going to be very brief. Where the camera is rolling, he's standing behind you, and initially he was talking to you with his hand all over in your face. And then the second part, we see him standing behind you, he's talking, and then he slaps you. Take us through that moment. he slaps you, you turn around, and then he looks at you and then walks off. All right. What was going on in your mind? You are welcome back to Tuntum Network. My name is Cyrus. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for all the support that we have received so far. It hasn't been an easy road for us in the last 2 days, and we are here to share with you what has happened and how far the peace of Ghana has been protected and what has transpired so far with Apostle Daniel J.Y. Ejay and the back and forth with the Ghana Police Service. I'm sure you have been waiting to hear from us. So we actually have him in the studio. Apostle is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Apostle Daniel J.Y. Ejay, you are welcome to Tuntum Network.
Thank you.
You are tired. I'm tired. Everybody's tired. Official Survivor is tired. Everybody's tired. But to God be the glory, you are out. First of all, today is not a day we want to talk about how the whole thing went down. But because our followers and subscribers want to hear from you, that's why we are doing this. I want us to start from how you feel so far with how the system has been. The different people you had to meet, the different meetings they had to put you in, the different levels within the police service that you had to speak to. And then we get to the event of today that has, brought the whole thing to an end. How do you feel right now, sitting in that chair?
I think, God bless you, my brother. I really appreciate what you've done for the ministry. I feel great. I feel like we have finally achieved what we have been seeking all these years, the attention of the leaders, for them to know that there's something really going on that we need to put things in measure to stop before it escalate. So I feel good. In fact, I feel good, but a lot of things that we have to do more, a lot of work, a lot of things that we have to put in place to make sure that the revival and the attention that we've gotten now will not go waste. Because a revival with that direction is going to end up waste. So we are going to set the direction, and that direction is going to be knowledge, that the people are really going to understand the purpose and the reason for all this in the first place. Why it started, the purpose, the reason. So for me, it's a great thing. It's a great thing for me. I feel great, and I'm really happy that all this have come to the light finally for everybody to know that there is a man called God's General, Apostle Daniel J.Y. Ejay, advocating for something like this, which I still think a lot of people are not getting it yet, but we'll still push the agenda for them to get the whole picture.
When I got to the police station and I saw my brother behind bars, I asked myself the question, why are you behind the bars? What has he done for him to be arrested and taken in? What is his charge and all of that? But that is something eventually we'll come to.
Exactly.
But at this point, we have met almost every relevant person in the security space in Ghana. The IGP had to take 3 hours of his time to be at a program this morning. The chief imam in Ghana had to be there with his team. Very nice man. And his spokesman spoke so brilliantly, and all the people who represented the bishops who came, the the Catholic bishops who also came, and all the people who worked behind the scenes. We have come to a point where all of them had to converge for this discussion to be had, and then some form of peace be brought into the whole equation. When we were standing there and all of that was happening whilst these dignitaries were talking, I was looking at you and I was wondering to myself, what is going on in your head? Because almost all these people who came there was because of you. And I'm like, whoa, Apostle, what has just happened? The IGP is here, Chief Imam, a man with a lot of reputation. The Ahmadiyya movement, the leader was also there. The Catholic priests were there. The charismatic churches, the Pentecostals were there. The Christian Council. There was a point in time where I felt a little, I don't know if I have to use these words, but I was thinking to myself, what is going on in your head when you saw all the events that happened today? What was going through your head?
This is in fact a big question.
Yeah.
When I was standing there, I saw these great men and women surrounding the whole place. I was just looking at the future. Yes. I was just looking at the future, which we have been pushing all these years, and that was the future. But for me, I think there's a lot of work to be done. The future isn't clear yet. That's the future that we are seeing. Everything that we just saw there is the future. But it's not still clear. So we need to make it clear and establish things well for the future to be complete. So when I was standing there, that was what I was thinking. That this is what I'm looking for. This is the future with no hidden agenda, no pretending, pure mind, pure heart, brotherly love, humanity first, with all our indifference. We smile at each other, we debate, we dialogue, we greet each other, we laugh over it and go and sleep. This is the future I'm pushing for. So when I saw everything that is happening, even though deep down I'm angry of whatever happened, I'm still celebrating that this is what I am picturing. And the shadow is happening today. And I hope the reality come to pass. That was what was going through my mind.
One thing that went through my mind was this. I realized that peace is something you have to fight for. Because if you look at the sub-region, Niger, Chad, Mali, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, all these countries are contending with this particular problem. The idea that Muslims and Christians can unite to live in peace in one country under one constitution, these countries are struggling with it. Something that Ghanaians have enjoyed for years. And we came to a point where if today's event didn't happen, it could have spiraled into so many things.
Exactly.
And the IGP, I salute the IGP so much for what he has done. For immediately calling all factions to the table and bringing resolutions and peace. I loved everything about the IGP today, the way he spoke. Excellent speech. But I could see that, and if you remember, the Catholic leader, the priest who came, he made reference to what happened in when Nigerians came to Ghana.
Yeah.
To research on how we have been able to keep this peace that we have between the Muslims and Christian communities. And they said to him, this could have never happened in Nigeria. But in Ghana, it does happen.
Yeah.
And for once, you recognize the peace that we have and how easily it can get out of our hands.
Exactly.
Peace is something we have to protect, my brother.
Exactly.
Peace is something we have to protect. And so I want to throw the question back to you. Moving forward, what are we to expect? Because remember, peace is the paramount thing. We want to make sure that we are not going extreme. We have to make sure that we are guiding our followers in a certain way that will guarantee some level of peace. Our utterances are very, very important. We have to make sure that the right pieces of information are put out there and tempers are cooled down. So what should we expect from Apostle Daniel J.Y. Ejay moving forward? Because people know you to be the guy on fire. The man on fire is speaking very sober. Oh, God. This experience has been unique to me. Unique. I've never experienced anything like this. Moving on, what are we to expect from you?
Okay. What I can say moving on is they should expect a lot of structures. It's not going to be only talking and demonstrating. In fact, we've been demonstrating for almost years. And demonstration doesn't come in a calm way. Nobody demonstrates on the street in a calm way. Nobody will even take you serious. Demonstration come in a way of aggressiveness, radicalness, loudness. And we've been doing this for years, trying to get the attention of the leaders on something. Finally, we've gotten that attention. So I think now we have to put structures in place where I think people have to be picked up no matter where you belong. When you offend the system, you can't hide behind any religious believing system and escape. Right. That is some of the things we are going to work on. Right. That the laws of the country will be activated when it comes to religious issues. Because deep down we know what we are saying, but a lot of people are ignorant of what is in their book. So you may say something someone doesn't even know and will get angry, and that is usual. But when get to threaten and other things, I think we need to call the attention of the police immediately, and they must always give ears to us whenever we call them in such issues, so that there can be total peace every day in our sect. So these are some of the things I want to push, that we will have a link with the police itself. Because dialoguing will continue till the world will end. Religious dialogue, it will continue. But if you are quoting somebody's religious book and the person is ignorant of what is there, and he sees it as an insult, tagging what you are saying as an insult without knowing what you are saying is even there, and even go further to threaten, then I think we should get the attention of the police on this, that anyone that go beyond that, and we are going to watch our words very carefully also, because the system is going to
check all of us,
everybody. It's going to catch everybody. So when you come acting ignorantly, foolishly, we know the system is checking, the system is watching. We will pick you up.
Now you know it. Yes. You saw the system.
Exactly.
How all the powers came down.
Exactly.
In one center, in the center of the police headquarters, they all came down.
Yeah.
Everyone that was relevant was there.
Exactly.
So you know the system is watching. So and this goes out to all the pastors and imams and the sheikhs and religious leaders across the country. If you are speaking, whether on TikTok, YouTube, whatever platform that you have, if you have seen what we have seen today, you should be very, very careful.
Exactly.
And be very weary of your utterances. Because if it doesn't go right and it incites people against the system or incites people against people or other religions, you will be picked up.
Exactly.
When you get picked up, before you get the chance to walk out, the bureaucracies and all the headaches, and you don't want to experience that. So I'm happy that is the new line that we are going to toe.
That is what I'm going to push now. In fact, we will start putting measures in place before we can even start any doctrine or anything on the media. We want to have that connection that this is what we are going to do. If anybody goes beyond the limit, they should be picked up.
Right.
Nobody's going to hide behind religion or anything. They should just be picked up. So there's going to be a lot of tolerance in the apologetic world now. Those that are ignorant, we are going to put them in their place with knowledge and teachings. And if they go beyond it, because a lot of threatening happens a lot in apologetic. And this is what I've been calling for, that we need to demonstrate for the leaders to know what is going on. Now that we've gotten the attention, we need the system also to be activated on our behalf. Because you can see how Christians react when it comes to certain issues. But some people think it is foolishness. But your foolishness that brings peace is a great foolishness.
I'm lost.
Yes. Like certain issue happen, people want you to be violence, take it in violence way, react to it in a violence way. But you seems to become, you seems to go the other way, like let peace reign. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just, sometimes you just say, let me leave it to God. in the apologetic space, they see you to be coward, they see you to be weak. So you see,
I get your point
yes.
now.
So if they see you to be weak in that sense, then they are rather pushing you to go the other way, which will destroy the peace of the country. But that is the foolishness that actually brings peace. That foolishness that other people see as weakness.
That is what actually brings in
That's
the peace.
because that is tolerance.
Tolerance, yes.
You are enduring the nonsense so that peace will reign. So you are actually the greatest person living. Because of peace, you endure the shame and the disgrace and whatever the opponent will think about you.
Right. Let me bring your attention to that incident that happened between you and the sheikh. Okay, so this is going to be very brief. Where the camera is rolling, he's standing behind you, and initially he was talking to you with his hand all over in your face. And then the second part, we see him standing behind you. He's talking and then he slaps you. Take us through that moment. he slaps you, you turn around.
Yeah.
And then he looks at you and then walks off.
Yeah.
Right? What was going on in your mind? I know you're a pastor, okay? I know you're a pastor. And I also remember you were in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and all this while, in all the videos I've seen, you were calm. You were talking and you were so calm and collected. And I was like, wow. But at the point when he slapped you, what went on in your mind?
Before I come on what went on in my mind, many people saw my calmness there as it's because of the arrest. Never true. They don't know God's general. Those who really know me, they know this guy. Chains don't make him calm. I see things sometimes before they happen, but I walk into it because it's a prophetic work that has to be taking place. So sometimes I get lost myself. The thing will happen before I'll come to myself. And when I come to myself, I say, I wouldn't have acted this way if I was of myself. So whatever was happening there was not being humbled by the chains. It was a demonstrating of I told you guys. That is the language I'm communicating to the nation. That this is what I have been shouting about. Because I knew it was going to go to the media. And I was just thanking God in my head. That was what made me calm. Because every reaction will bring another action. And I knew it. So better remain quiet and let the video go out and it will speak for you. So I knew everything from the beginning when they started recording me and so many things were going on. But when he slapped me, everybody saw that I turned my back and looked at him. What was going through my mind when I turned my back after he slapped me? He himself felt afraid. I sense it. Those who watch the video should just watch it very carefully. When I turned my back and I look at him, I could have thrown my hand. The God's general people know that's how people see me. God's general is very radical. But I'm demonstrating something to the nation. That my radicalness is towards something, not violence. Even though I'm in chain, I can still throw my hands. But I decided to look at him and I spoke in my head. I thank you so much for letting Ghanaians know what I've been saying all these years. That's what I said in my head. That's what my spirit, not in my head, my spirit communicated to me. That thank you so much for letting Ghanaians know what I've been shouting about all these years. That's what I said. That's why I look at him. That's the only thing I said. I never thought about anything in my heart about revenge or anything or any anger or something. I just said, thank you so much. And I believed that there is a punishment for that.
Whilst we are having this conversation, the videos for the event that happened at the headquarters will be playing. So they'll be seeing some of the interactions between the Muslims and the Christians as we gathered there. And one of the climax of that event was when they invited you forward and they invited that sheikh forward and they made you guys hug. Let me ask you, have you forgiven him?
If let me say,
I wish you would do yes or no, then you explain.
I have forgiven him, but the law must take its course. That's God's general. I'm on mission. I am on a mission. I'll forgive you. But, I saw one picture. When I hug the other man that slapped me,
right?
The imam that made the statement that they should look for people and do them harm, he was smiling. Somebody captured that place as a picture. And when we were going, I saw it on my phone. The man was standing there looking at me, hugging the...
I haven't seen that picture yet.
It's a picture. It's a video, but somebody managed to screenshot that place. And he was smiling and looking at us whilst we were hugging. And he was smiling. And it's like the excitement in his face, seeing us hugging. That is this the future?
Hold on right there. So the man who incited people to do the harm to people was standing there, which is clearly in the video.
Yeah.
And the one who slapped you from the back, you hugged him.
Yeah.
And the one who incited the people was what? Smiling.
He was looking at us
How about he was happy that there is peace?
That is what I saw. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like some part of him is really happy seeing everything come to still. So the smile was like, it touched me. I saw the picture, the person took it well. And he's like happy for us that things are going the way he's going, the man himself. You see? So when I hug this man, truly be saying, I have nothing against him. This is the future. This is why God's general have been shouting all these years. But there's work to be done to achieve the reality of what just happened. This is just being put together.
The future has to be all the religions being able to live side by side one another.
That is it.
With no conflicts, no fighting, no agitations.
No matter, even if you are angry of an issue,
you should be able to go to the police or dialogue, and that's it.
Present your case to the police.
Present your case.
Let them take it from there. And we will be pushing this agenda from now. Because, look, I have been telling my followers that we need to bring what is happening in Speaker Corner to Africa, where we have a big place where we all be gathered there and be dialoguing peacefully. When you are done, you go home.
When you look at what's happening across Africa, okay, with how religious conflicts are killing people, and parents have to run, old people, young people, sick people, they all have to run because these attacks are coming. We don't want that in Ghana. So the laws must be upheld. It has to be dialogue. If there is something you don't understand, you go back to the person and say, let's talk. Why are you making these statements? Let's have a conversation without throwing hands, without cussing anybody, without fighting anyone.
Exactly.
In the worst case scenario, you make your case at the police station. Let the police officers do their job.
Exactly.
This is how Ghana has been successful all this while. And this is a winning trend. It is a winning trend. It is so far sustainable that when we go in the route of discussion and allowing the laws with the police to work, everybody lives in peace. There shouldn't come to a point where, because of religion, we fight one another. And many of us, I mean all of us, we have been in classroom with Muslims. From my childhood, all my best friends from primary school, junior high schools, my best friend was a Muslim. Went all the way to secondary school. Okay. So this is not a time where we forget all that relationship that we have built in the past and then all of a sudden, turn into something we don't know. This is not Ghana. Ghana is a beacon of hope. All the world, everywhere in the world, people are looking towards us. People are shocked how Christians and Muslims are able to live side by side. But we cannot overlook the laws of the land. Allow the laws to work, and let's respect one another and believe in dialogue. And this peace will continue.
Exactly. So that is what we are championing now, that the people must understand. Sometimes when I go for debate and then the moment we are done, I just take my work and walk away. And most of the time, they will not understand why I just walk away, not stand there and be talking. Because one thing I hate in my life, people who pretend, they are very dangerous. People who pretend to be what they are not, they are very dangerous. So I know deep down what you're thinking. I know you are not being sincere with me. Why should I stand there and be laughing with you? So what we are going to do now is more of education. Even if you refuse to see it, we will put it in front of you. We will show it to you that this is what the book is saying. What do you think about it? If you become extreme, the police will pick you. That is what we are pushing for the country. Because my brother Tuntum, there's a lot of things to be discussed. A lot of systems that I can't say all of them here. A lot of things. You know, peace is not something
that you wish for. It is something you work for.
You work for. You don't wish for it. That we wish we have. No. You have to put things in measure. And sometimes a lot of, I think in Africa, especially for Africa, we love to call peace, but we don't love to let justice take its place. That is Africa's system. We love to call peace. Sometimes when you're coming to vote, you see everybody crying peace. More than 1,000 songs, peace. But where there is no justice, there can never be peace. So with all that have happened, in my heart, I'm really happy. But there still must be justice. Because certain things were breached. And the law must take its course. As for that one. So we will not have a big program where we hug each other and laugh and be excited. If we don't put things in measure, we will continue to have similar issues. And one day, we are not saying it should happen that way, but we can't predict the future. But one day we will not be able to sit and look in the eye of one another to even collectively come together to solve the problem. If we don't put things in measure today, and sweep under the carpet, than rather sweeping the errors under the carpet so that everybody will think the whole room is clean. Once we know it is not clean, we are just sweeping it under the carpet. So let's remove the carpet, sweep well, clean the whole place. That is what I'm going to push for. Justice. The law must take its course. In apologetic.
When I met you at the station, and I saw your wife, I asked myself, oh, so this man is married. I said to myself, so this man is married. How is his wife able to, contain all of this? Because most women will be threatened by this. They don't want that. But this is a woman who stood by you. And seeing her in her condition, I was so surprised. Apostle, how is your home like? You and your wife knowing exactly what you do.
My whole life and the family is a ministry. My mom is part of the ministry. My wife is part. I have actually turned all of them into ministers of God. So they understand what I'm doing. I train them as I'm training myself every time in the scripture. So they are always asking questions about what is going on. They want to learn. They want to know.
So that is a typical thing in your home.
That is what is going on.
I see.
My wife contributes to the ministry. She has a big say in my ministry, and sometimes what she says, really guides what I do. Because when I am tough and hard, she will be talking for 1 hour, and I'll just be taking counsel out of what she says. I may not take everything, but when she's done, I will know where to go, what direction to move through her counseling. But she doesn't show me anything, show me the path. She doesn't control what I do. But after her counseling, I know which channel sometimes I have to move. After prayers and all things.
We first of all want to give honor to those that honor is due. Ladies and gentlemen, Lawyer Kwesi Boche. He has been tremendous in what has transpired since yesterday with Apostle Daniel J.Y. Ejay in his release. We have to also give honor and thanks to Right Reverend Nana Anyeni Buadum of Jesus Generation Ministries for the tremendous works he has done behind the scenes, which many people don't know. And then we also have to thank Honorable Intim Fodjo for his dedicated time to all that has gone on. We have to thank the Chief Imam. We have to thank the IGP of Ghana, the Inspector General of Police Service of Ghana. We have to thank him. And for all the church leaders who attended, and the sheikhs and the malams, the Catholic priests, all of them, we have to thank them for taking time off their busy schedule to make it to this important event. Apostle, all these people came.
Yeah.
And today the peace that we see is once again protected.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was a wonderful sight to see that when we work with each other in protecting the peace that we have, we build something special, something that a lot of countries in the world cannot dream of, dare not dream of. How did you see the whole thing? When finally all these people came together, we have to take a photograph and shake hands and hug and all of that. How did you see it?
It was wonderful. This is what I've been seeing all the time. When I am being loud here and there, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I want to achieve. So everything I'm doing is for we to come together like what just happened today. Even with our indifferences. Someone says he's God. Someone says Jesus is not God. But this shouldn't turn us into enemies.
Right.
Because our brother that was in the car with us, he doesn't believe in Christianity or religion.
Right.
But he played a major role in whatever was going on, following a man of God.
Right.
But he doesn't believe in religion. So this means we can put our indifference aside and still be human.
Right.
So it's a wonderful thing that took place, and I pray that we work towards the reality of what we are seeing today, to the extent that Ghana will become a place where you walk in and you are not thinking about anything, but you just enjoy the peace. No matter what happens, we are always loving one another, even though we disagree with each other. And what has happened today, we will not just pray, we will work towards it. Because God said faith without work is dead. And sometimes you may motivate yourself with, and then when you don't put in the works, you will be there and then bad things will happen to you. So we will work towards it, that whatever we experience today will become something of something that cannot be changed in this country. Something we can hold for generation to generation to come and enjoy. We don't want to see a case where we will lose this. In fact, I have been studying a lot of things about when peace is gone. Terrible things happen. People don't think about these things. They thought God's general doesn't think about. I think about these things a lot. When there is no peace, things that will happen. Terrible things. So we should value what we have. Let's be sincere. That's what I keep saying. Be sincere in whatever you believe. If it goes against humanity, it's not from God. Because God chose humanity first before even saving you. That is why he gave us our free will.
I love that. Love that. Let's bring it to an end. Finally, what are your last words to all the apologetic teachers, Christian apologetic teachers, Muslim dawah teachers, those that are thinking of coming into that ministry? What is that piece of advice you have for them? How to guide them moving forward with your experience?
Okay. God bless you, my brother. What I will say to my brothers who are now thinking of coming to the apologetic space and those that are already even there doing the work is that in the apologetic space, there's a lot of misunderstanding, disagreement, but always let the evidence speak for itself. Make sure you don't misinform the people. Make sure you research well before you come out and say anything, because in the apologetic, it's a little bit radical because of sometimes our emotions are attached to what we believe in. So before you go even out to debate or anything, you need to be sure that you have whatever you have studied to back your claims. Don't just go and be speaking opinions and feelings. These things destroy peace. You need to back your evidence before you can dialogue, before you can be qualified to sit in a debate ground. Not opinions. I think doesn't work in apologetic. It is the knowledge that is documented down. That is what represents you, not your opinion, not what you think. Saying things that you can't prove can bring tension in a country. So that's my little advice for the apologetic minister coming. And we will pray that we get more people into this space. And they should also remember that without the Holy Spirit, you are nothing. So acquiring all the knowledge in the apologetic space, you need the Holy Spirit also to guide you, to give you that nature of Christ. Because without the nature of Christ, your knowledge is nothing. So we should also focus on the Spirit of God as well as we are learning the knowledge. We should also focus on that side to guide us. And may God bless everyone, all the apologetic ministers as well.
After the event that we had today, ladies and gentlemen, I've come to the conclusion that, as the Bible said, so long as it's within your means, let's all live in peace. So long as it depends on you, let's all live in peace. Let's all respect the laws of the land. Let's all be respectful of one another's religion. Let all go out and treat people as humans. Treat people as humans and be honest and sincere with ourselves. And ladies and gentlemen, this country will be beautiful for the future generations. Ghana, we have something that a lot of countries don't. The ability to have two major religions, Islam and Christianity, coexist in one country without the popular things that happen to other countries. Ghana is unique. So by all means necessary, we have to protect this. And in trying to protect this, every now and then there will be nuances, there will be rifts and confusions. But once we know there is a constitution, let's protect it. So that the bottom line of it, we can all come back and say, what does the Constitution say? Let's allow the Constitution to work. And when this happens, there is rule of law. And then the police will do their job. The investigators will do their job. And we can all go back home and live in peace. We don't want a situation in Ghana where one day we wake up and there is a huge conflict because one group is attacking the other because of whatever religious stance. This is not what Ghana is looking for. Ghana is bigger than that. Ladies and gentlemen, Apostle Daniel J.Y. Ejay. Man, this man has been through a lot in the last 2 days. I wonder how you are still standing. Everywhere we were passing, people were just pointing hands and whispering and saying stuff. And I was like, damn. Yeah, it is what it is. Don't forget to subscribe if today is your first time watching us. We wanted to just let you guys know that he's safe. He has been bailed. Okay, the case is now out of the police jurisdiction, so he's out. He's going back to his family. And whatever threats people are still having in their minds, forget about it. We are building a nation. Okay, today, what happened at the headquarters was unique. You should have been there to see it, but the videos will be playing for you to see. Your imams were there, our priests were there, our pastors and bishops were there. Everything was amicably resolved. So moving on, we walk in that cordiality, respect for one another. Apostle, your final words. To all the Christians in Ghana, especially, your final words.
Let me say, God bless all the Christians and some who are not even Christians who stood by us in this situation.
When you finish, your final words to all the Muslims. So the first one goes to the Christians.
God bless all the Christians for standing up for peace. The most important thing. That's what Christ said we should try for. May the Lord bless all of them and the apologetic ministers who stood by us. God richly bless everyone standing and pushing the agenda for peace to reign. I really appreciate all the support they gave us. Some of them were depressed. Some of them were troubled. May the living God bless all of them for standing not only for Jesus, but also for the country. And I really honor all of them. And I bless them in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. I really appreciate it. And to network yourself, let me just add you to it and mention your name.
You cannot just mention my name without official survivor.
Exactly. He is going to follow up because he has also
an official survivor since yesterday in the morning till now.
You have always you have been with me all the runs. In fact,
this has been hectic.
Oh, and the surprising thing is that he's not even a Christian, but he's with me, supporting with you yourself.
He believes
Survivor,
in humanity. Official Survivor believes in humanity. Yeah. So long as you're a human being, you deserve to have your civic, privileges protected.
And I really appreciate. God bless him so much.
Your final words to Muslims.
My final words to the Muslims are very simple. They don't know that God's general love them than they love themselves. This
really?
Yes. A lot of my people say it on my live streaming and they say, you are lying, you don't love us. But the truth is that I love them. And I want them to find peace. Real peace inside is when you are able to sleep and think God is in control of whatever is going against my religion. That is the real peace I want them to have. They should think about what I just said now. That real peace is when anything is being thrown at your religion, but you are still able to sleep, knowing that your God is in control over everything. That is the peace I want them to have in their heart.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Apostle Daniel J.Y. Ejay, very powerful man. Thank you so much for making time to join us. Folks, now you know it. My name is Cyrus. This is Tuntum Network. If you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. A lot of you have been watching, like more than 70% of you watch, but you find it so hard to click on that button. I don't know if today is going to be our lucky day. If today will be the day you click on that button. Subscribe on our YouTube channel. Follow us on TikTok. It is Tuntum Network. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to Official Survivor for all that he has done behind the scene. This guy is a champion. This guy is a solid guy. I love him. I love him. He is in the studio though. Yeah. I love him. And eventually we'll have a program together, me and Official Survivor. Folks, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. It is bye-bye for now.